Hello, welcome to Timberborn and Deadwood as we continue working on our community here. So, if you're just joining us, what we're doing is we're kind of just putting in the finishing touches to our little community. Um, and I think this will be our last episode. So, the only thing we have left to do is this here. And I'll explain what all this is about. But in the meantime, let's we're gonna fence this off because it's a dangerous area. We're gonna put up a post bulletin board here and here, warning people to stay away. Because the last thing we need is for young beavers to be coming over here and getting. Here, we'll do this. Getting injured. I don't even know if we can reach over there still. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm tempted to pull all this out so we get actual contamination. And it looks like we've got contamination going on. See if I do one. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Then we will break some of these, like randomly. So it looks like it's abandoned. All right, so here's the story. All right, we're kind of done. Oh, you guys don't need to be going picking that stuff up. At one point, we were going to open this area here as a robot district. Yeah, we can leave that. So we were going to open this as a robot district, and we did for, well, we started to. We had a beaver population over here to kind of kickstart it. And then we started producing robots, and then we found out that with the bad water update, we were no longer required to have robots in order to do terraforming. And that was the only reason why we were going to build them. So we decided, okay, well, then we're not going to hassle with creating a whole new industry for robots. So we shut down the district. But, it's an old, decrepit place with factory buildings and unsafe buildings and stuff. We had these going. The maple was going to support the robot district, of course, and then we had the fir trees and or the pine trees for the pine resin, and so we took away the roads here to let it kind of start spawning and just go wild. And so we fenced all this off. So we're saying to the beavers, hey, stay away. This is a dangerous area. It's got old machinery, old factory places that could be dangerous. You can get in here and injure yourself. And I took these out just because it's like, okay, it shows as a way of trying to show that without maintenance, we've had some of the walkway here deteriorate and fall in. I took out all this so that we could actually have what looks like contaminated soils. So it's like an additional reason to stay away. We only did the fence up through here because, we're counting on the beavers to stay out of the woods. And, well, we probably should, because we don't have any spawnage here yet. We probably should go ahead and block this off too. And the beavers consider this like the old haunted forest. So during drought's approaching. So during, and some nights the beavers will sneak out. The little kids sneak out and come over here and scare themselves in the woods. And during the Halloween season, of course, they do have haunted forest kind of events, but very supervised. This, whenever we were lowering all this area over here, we were excavating it. This little piece of land escaped getting dynamite put on it. So I figured, hey, why not just go ahead and put a beaver statue out there in the middle of nowhere. So that's where that comes from. Oh. And then I did that. So it looks like, again, we've had, lack of maintenance. It has deteriorated, and we've got some of the old structure left. The rest has fallen into disarray and into the water. And so we have, of course, this big reservoir, which was supposed to keep this green and supplied with water, but don't really need it anymore. But we use it because now we have all of it that we can use to feed this reservoir here, which will feed these pumps, which feeds this area, so that whenever we have droughts or bad tides, we no longer run out of water for our lidos. This is old Deadwood. So this is where we had started out. Well, we actually started out way down here, but as soon as we could, in order to mitigate, the impact of the bad tides, we moved up here, started creating this reservoir area, and so we wanted, whenever we opened this district over here, we no longer needed kind of a central location, so we were going to have this as its own district, and then the robot district. So we moved our district center over to here. This is new Deadwood. But we wanted to keep old Deadwood as kind of a heritage site, a historical site, to show where we had been at one time. And I think we can get rid of this here. We're not going to use those anymore. Got the stairway going down to nowhere. That way we have more exposed water. So we created kind of a little touristy area where, it's like a little park, and we zoom in here. So we got benches for the tourists to sit, and I'm going to slow this down. Got the bulletin board, which talks about, the old days, or the old district center, and points of interest. We have these old showers here that were part of the old district area. So we left that in to kind of demonstrate, hey, these old showers here. Got benches for the tourists to sit when they get tired, and place for, tourists to go eat. And we don't really need builders anymore, so I'm going to pause this guy. Or as many builders as we had. And then we put in a conference center, a little dance entertainment center that can also be used as a conference center. So, you can book a conference downtown, down by the old heritage site, and then historical site, and then have a dance in the evening, kind of a thing. And we put up a fence here to keep beavers from going inside the historical building and touching the historical furniture and stuff that's in there that you can see through there when you're on the tour. And then we put in the lidos so that the tourists can also come over here and do some swimming. And then, of course, we have our spa area here, which has a lot of showers. We've got our benches here, again, people while they're waiting and stuff. And then we got the mud baths. We have these hammocks here, so you can come over here for a nap after your mud bath. And, of course, a place to eat and get something to drink while you're also down here enjoying the spa area. And then just more lidos with, again, places to eat. another kind of spa area. And then we have these carousels going on here, and then a place to eat and get something to drink while you're here at this entertainment center. We put this out over the water, so maybe it adds a little bit more thrill and excitement that, ooh, you're over the water, don't fall out, kind of a thing. Though, I mean, they're beavers, so if they fall into the water, they can just swim out. And maybe that's added thrill is, look, they're not belted in, so maybe that's one of the thrills of this ride is at some point you jump into the water, you go, bah, psh, and then swim off over here. And yes, that was an actual sound effect. Wah, psh. And then, of course, our science here. Then our farming district. We had these Lidos. These were our first Lidos, so this is like the old Lido area. Yeah, so nothing more really to say about that. And then we put in all these chestnuts because we were having a hard time keeping up with the grilled chestnuts. We put this in place because we were originally going to expand our aquatics area because we were having a hard time keeping up with the grilled spatter docks. We were going to put in a spatter dock farm here, but turns out we didn't need to do that. What we really needed to do was just increase the storage for spatter docks so that we could, keep up with the grilling in our forest area. And then over here we have where we divert the bad water tide right off the map. So we don't really fear any bad water tides or droughts because we have plenty of stored water to meet our needs. Though we're not keeping up there. We'll add, and probably because we're on an 8-hour day now. So not working as long to fill up the water. And then we have, our first big kind of entertainment area here at the campfires. We put in this little park area here with some contemplation sites. And we have our first carousel. Oh, we could have put in. Oop, didn't mean to do that. That corner there. I think we hadn't done it because we were waiting for them to finish that. And so, benches here so beavers can sit and enjoy the view of the fountain. You got benches here for the park area, and a couple of contemplation sites in here. This we're letting this. We put in some trees, and we're expecting this to fill in with trees like a little park area, and we have our commemorative scarecrow. This is like a whole park area. Got our bulletin board. Talks about, hey, what are the upcoming events here? So, you can make sure you get, when the next big dance is coming. And, we've got a little park area going in here. And we also have benches here, bench there. We have our agoras, used to be called temples there, and then additional contemplation sites. We have this community, these two community bulletin boards for the living area. This is our industrial park. And so the drought has started. Our aquatics farm area. Our first contemplation sites. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We do have two agoras. I could remember. Yeah, we could actually take this out. I put that in there not knowing if we would need it to keep water in this area here, but we don't. So let's put this here. And now we can straighten out this road and put a couple more contemplation sites there, because why not? Well, here we'll put in a lamp. Yeah, we finished that fence. And this is the first time I've ever built a metal platform in Timberborn. How exciting. Yeah, we're past our work day, so that's why these aren't getting built. There you go. Dancing the night away. Do-si-do. Spin your partner round. Clap, clap, stomp, stomp, do-si-do, spin your partner around. It's good old square dancing. I have one spawner here. There's a chestnut tree. It's still not grown up, so it probably will not spawn very many. Yeah. We can pause this guy. And this guy. And this guy. And this guy. See, I was pausing, right? So I thought we were using less. Oh, we can pause. This guy doesn't use power, though. We can pause this guy. And this guy. We're not going to need any more of that. And there you go. They built that. And that is it. Oh, didn't show this up here. So we have our farmer monument and our brazier bonding. And then, of course, we have our rooftop terraces up here. So, you know, you get a great view of the valley that we created. Yes, because it was, well, a canyon, but we kind of created a valley out of it. And a little bit higher than this guy, so you even get the view across that. So you come up here and you get great views while you're eating and getting some refreshing drink. And that's it. Let's finish with the view of our fountain and the dancing and our park. And that will be it. We are done with Deadwood. That was a good playthrough. I enjoyed that. Hopefully you did too. I didn't think that whenever they did the bad water, that whole concept I thought was going to be absolutely horrible. Thought I was going to ruin the game. I was thinking, what? That's just not good. I didn't see how it would work, but actually, I kind of like it. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I shouldn't say I kind of like it. I do like it. I like that added element. It's a little bit challenging at the beginning. Yes. On this map, we were able to mitigate it pretty quickly. It does require different play style at the beginning of the game, because you want to make sure that you've got all the food and water that you need, more so that you're stockpiling it for those bad tides seasons. Whereas in the past, you didn't need to stockpile as much. And then, of course, with their fluid dump, their changes to fluid dump, which I still think was a bad decision. You're not able to really last out even the droughts with just the water dumps irrigating all of your fields like you used to. So that was kind of a bummer, but we got through it and around it. And I like the fact that we were able to get to, I think, explosives a whole lot faster with using the bad water as the element in the explosives as opposed to paper, just the paper. I don't know. It just seems like we were able to get to explosives faster, which then allowed us to start doing terraforming faster, which allowed us then to really start mitigating the bad tide issue, because we were able to quickly then get to the point where we were diverting that bad water tide off the map completely and not having to deal with it the way that we were kind of trying to divert it around the community. So overall, I would say I like the bad tide element. Didn't think I would, but I do. And I did. So I think the next thing we're going to try and do in Timberborn is play with Iron Teeth. Iron something clan. Because I think now, having had experience with managing a robot population, that is very similar to the population management with the Iron Teeth. And so I think I might be able to deal with that. And because the one time I tried it, I was like, what? This is crazy. Why do I want to micromanage the population like this? But I think it may actually be better than the population mechanics for the folktales. So we'll see. But just in my head right now, with the experience of managing the robot population, I think that's going to be the case, which might explain why whenever you go on YouTube or wherever to look at playthroughs, a lot of them are in the Iron Teeth, the Iron Clan, we'll just call it that. Because I think maybe that's easier. Now I say that, not having played them since, so when I try them, I may end up eating my words about it being easier to play them. But until next time, hopefully you enjoyed all of this. And until next time, until you come back and we do another Timberborn, hopefully you'll have a terrific day and many terrific days. Thank you for watching this series, and hopefully you enjoyed it.